What's up, guys? Hopefully you're having a blessed day so far. In this video, we're talking about the real estate market and everything that's been happening so far. Now, you and I both can agree that the real estate market is a gigantic piece of the US economy. However, it's still just one part of an entire puzzle. It's like a snapshot. And when we start getting pictures of what has happened over the past 6 months, we're able to start putting a fuller picture together, and then we can start seeing down the road 10, 12, 24 months on what may happen in the future. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the 3 potential outcomes I see happening in the real estate market. And one of them has been coined the Great American Move. So let's get into the video. What's up, guys? Tyler here, the real estate guy, helping you make better decisions in real estate. And in this video, we're talking about how to prepare for what may be coming down the road, the potential crash, the pop of the bubble, so to speak. But before we do, if you're even thinking about buying or selling, please reach out. We have people from all over the world that are always reaching out, guys, and I absolutely love it. Now, I'm sure you've heard of a small little newspaper called the Wall Street Journal. In one of their articles, they talked about the correlation between how we manage this pandemic and the recovery of the US economy. If we manage it well, we're gonna see the economy recover quicker and quicker. But if we don't, it's going to crash. Duh. You and I didn't have to watch this video to find that out. However, one thing that we can say for sure is that because of that, all eyes in every part of the world is on how are we recovering from this pandemic. Do you remember the company Kodak? Yeah, the camera company back in the day. I didn't even know they still existed anymore. If you remember them, give me a thumbs up below this video. But apparently this past week, Trump announced that they were giving them a gigantic loan to start doing vaccination research, COVID research, and the stock went through the roof. I didn't even know it was trading, but it was probably under $2 a share, and it shot through the roof over $60 a share in a matter of 2 days. That is ridiculous and crazy. It's a camera company now going to test for vaccinations, and it explodes. All eyes are on the economy. Now, I say this for 2 reasons. Number 1, in the description below, you can find a link to WeBull where you can get 2 free stocks by just simply depositing $100. So you can find that link in the description. And 2, all eyes are on the recovery. Whether it's the stock market or the real estate economy, everybody wants to know and make sure that the market is going to recover, and things are going on crazy right now. Stocks like Kodak, who doesn't even do research, is now getting insane evaluations in a matter of a couple days. Now, it is having some allegations of some stuff, and the stock dropped quite a bit, but that's besides the point. So the question is, how has this affected the real estate market? Well, specifically for sellers. Sellers have seen an increase in their home values. They've sold their homes in a matter of hours instead of a matter of weeks. They've increased their prices over 10, 20% in value in just a matter of a year. Now, this partially is because there is about 33% less homes for sale, at least in my local market, but from my research, it looks like there's a shortage of inventory across the country. This shortage of inventory is causing this increase in buyer demand, and buyers now have to compete for less homes that are available. So when an agent is actually saying this is a great time to sell, it literally is, because there is nothing available for buyers to look at. And the ones that are looking at, sellers are like, well, why don't I just, throw it up there, put a ridiculous price tag on it and see what happens? And they're getting it. Now for buyers, it's a completely different story.
houses are selling for 50, 60K over asking.
Danielle Festino of Wakefield says from a buyer's perspective, real estate competition is fierce right now.
She said, well, you can still come inside, but we actually just accepted an offer this morning. And that's the second time that's happened to me, that I've gone to an open house and it's already gone.
For the most part, buyers are competing and wrestling against other buyers trying to get in the door, get an offer accepted, and they're paying out the nose to get these homes. It also helps that we have stupid low interest rates right now. They're below 3%. So we've had this increase in demand from buyers, and then we've had this increase of prices for sellers. So we have to ask the question, why are there so many buyers on the market? And why are there so few homes for sale? If we can answer these questions, and it will give us a clear picture of what happened and what will come later down the road. For sellers, we had 33% less homes for sale, and there's this uncertainty in the market. So homeowners are saying, I ain't moving. I don't need to move. I'm gonna stay right here and I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna put more money into savings and I'm gonna ride this out. On the buyer side, that's where things become very, very interesting. There was a survey done from Realtor.com where they found and were asking buyers, hey, why are you going out looking for homes? Well, there was an intrinsic need for office space. And then there was this move of buyers wanting to leave urban areas and move towards suburban areas. Zillow even indicated that there was an increase in luxury urban listings for sale. So when you take these facts and you put them together, it makes sense why we had this crazy summer that we had. But you're not watching this video to see what happened. You're watching to find out what's going to happen 6, 12, 24 months from now. And that's where we're going to get into the 3 potential outcomes that I see happening in the real estate market. Outcome number 1, the market crashes. No surprise there. We starting out with this one because everything is contingent upon us managing this pandemic. Now, for option 2, this is where it gets interesting. If we do manage the pandemic, we may see a little different outcome. Now, we're currently, in my opinion, in a bubble, a real estate bubble where prices are inflated. And this bubble is caused by what we just discussed, decrease in number of homes for sale and an increase in buyers. Now, when that decrease in homes for sale increases and that buyer demand decreases, then we're going to have a more balanced market. And that bubble, in my opinion, is going to flatten out, not pop. It will pop if the market crashes, if the pandemic isn't managed, but it's going to flatten out over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But what I'm really excited about is option 3 because I personally have begun to see this in my own real estate business. Now, John Burns Consulting coined this term. They do some consulting for these mega syndicate, real estate syndicate websites, and they're finding this increase in migration from urban areas to suburban areas. And it goes right in line with the surveys that I referenced before. Buyers want to have a home that they can feel comfortable in, that they can have an office space in, that they can raise their kids in with not knowing what's going to happen. They may be stuck at home for 2 weeks because they're quarantined. They may lose their job and have to work from home and do something different. So it makes perfect sense of this great American move that's happening where people from on the East and West Coast are migrating to more rural areas. Not rural like hickey, straw in your mouth type of rural with corn on your back like everybody says Nebraska is. No, we're talking about more space, better lifestyle, better cost of living, lower prices in homes, so you're going to be able to live better and you're going to be able to afford more. And this is what I believe is actually going to happen. And if it does, this bubble that I'm referring to may not even pop. It may not even deflate in the future. It may stay strong because the demand is there, because the fundamental desires of buyers have changed. So how, as a buyer and a seller should you respond to something like this? Well, for a seller, don't just sell to sell because obviously of all of the uncertainty. Sell because it's the best thing for your family, number one. But it is a phenomenal time and you're going to get top dollar for your house. Make sure you focus on emphasizing office space because that's going to be an intrinsic need for buyers are going to be looking for. And when you do sell, make sure that you know where you're going and you have a nest egg set aside in case hard times do come. As a buyer, I do not recommend buying right now. I really don't. Unless you're looking to stay in a long-term forever style of house where you're in there from 7 to 10, 15 years. If you're looking to buy just because you sick of renting, you want your home to appreciate in value, well, now is not the time to do that. 5 years from now, if you decided to sell and you bought today, 5 years from now, you're probably going to sell it for the same price that you bought it for 5 years prior. This is because we're in my opinion, a bubble. And that bubble may stay the same, it may not. But I believe that prices are so high right now that waiting till after the election with all this uncertainty right now, that things may balance out in the winter, spring, and summer months of 2021. So there you have it, guys. My picture of what's happening in the real estate market and where I believe it's going to go. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. Comment below what you believe is going to happen, 1, 2, or 3. And then if you haven't, consider subscribing. I would love to continue providing value in these videos. Guys, if you want more information about buying and selling, you can find our free buyers and sellers guide in the description. No cost to you, just to help you make the best decision for you and your family. Guys, until next time, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.